can't understand what's going on. What the heck? Grab a deck for insight from Banshee and Oberon. It's WTF with TFT, WTF with TFT, WTF with TFT. Let's go!
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. And I'm just got done watching the beginning of the Lions game, which I sadly predicted they would lose because all the pundits say they're going to win. And so far, they're holding their own, and but barely. And some of the things that I saw in the cards are kind of playing out. So we're just gonna have to see. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm rooting for me to be wrong today. So we'll see what happens. All right, we got a birthday reading to go, so we're gonna get going.
Oh, that sounds good, Kara.
It is Libra. Oh, is Kara here?
Yes, they said hi.
There you are. Ah, stuffed shells. I don't like sausage. I'm sorry. I'm not a sausage person. I know I'm Polish and all, but I'm sorry.
Are you? Italians have a tradition of sausage, and I'm sure some
I'm
other
totally
cultures
aware of that.
do.
I'm totally aware of that. But that's why I'm like, just give me some ground beef in there and I'm happy.
Don't be that way. All right, I see we have that there.
Right. Polish people love sausage. I mean, my aunts used to stuff sausage. You know, they used to make it fresh. I just never ate it, though. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it.
Right.
All right, but we are starting with cards for the collective, and we are using the Moonology Messages Oracle today. All right. And as Mr. O will attest, I'm an incredibly picky eater. But you don't have to give details. Just say yes, truth.
Well, on the one hand, it makes meal preparation incredibly easy.
If not boring, come on, say it. Say it. No, don't. Don't. What you got? Oh, avoid drama.
Sounds like mealtime.
That's why I was trying to tell you, don't get yourself in too deep here.
Avoid drama.
What's the moon thing?
Moon madness.
Okay, moon madness.
Uh-oh. Hi, Crystal.
Ooh. Hi, Crystal. We'll get you on the list.
Get you on.
Avoid drama. I hope the Lions avoid drama today and just take it. Anyway, it's too easy for you to get wrapped up in dramas right now, even to feel a little like it's all too much. What you're dealing with is noise. Don't fall for it, and don't believe everything people tell you. Wow, that's so true today. Okay, it's time for you to take a step back from everything that is swirling around you. Being overly involved is an easy trap. The more you wade in and get entangled now, the more unnecessarily intense the whole situation's going to become. Consider the possibility that you're not quite thinking straight at the moment. Maybe you need to quell your emotions so you don't get led astray. Taking a back seat will help. Gentle breathing exercises will help get you back into alignment, all the better to deal with the question you're asking the cards about. Exhale and let events unfold in their own time. It could be that everyone in the situation you're asking about is feeling too much pressure. Detach from drama, which can end up hampering everything. Breathe out. Your energy field will thank you. Additional meanings for the card. There's too much drama in the air to think straight. Someone is being overly provocative. Is it you? Don't stress.
I saw how you looked at me.
I looked at the camera.
No, you looked at me.
I looked right at the camera.
Okay.
Is it you? And I don't mean anybody specifically, just questioning, you know? Okay.
You were looking at Kara.
Don't stress. It won't change anything. Backing down or off is sometimes your best play. You need to trust that the situation will be fine. Well, let's talk about drama. You know, there's lots of it today. There is a whole lot of it today, and we have some today in Michigan, unfortunately. I'm very sorry.
Somber.
You know, it's a very somber day here as we had another shooting at a church, a mass shooting, and he firebombed. He started a major fire in the church. They're suspecting they may find more bodies once they are safe to go in the building.
It's in a county or two up north. It's literally only about an hour to 90 minutes from us.
Yeah. So
We know other folks in that community.
And so what is with all this drama going on and some of it very intense? You know, the temperature definitely needs to dial down, but even things like the Ryder Cup, I don't watch golf, but I have heard how much fans were acting out and being rude, you know, to the European team who came over. They did well, they won, you know, yesterday's golf thing. And what is wrong with us? I mean, why are we causing all this chaos and drama? We need to dial it down. We need to be sensible. And I'll say one thing, we should not be putting up for uncivil behavior from wherever it comes from. We've let too much go, and I really feel this is the main crux of it. It's not just one party, it's just not a radical left or a radical right. We are really having a serious crisis of civility right now. And I'm ranting here despite Mr. O interrupting me. So that's it. And that's what this card is about. We've got to tone it down.
Say hi, Gina, dear.
Hi, Gina, dear. We won't be, you know, we've got to be toning down the drama all the way around.
It's totally true.
I'm going to try to calm down my drama.
For those who are interested, this was Grand Blanc, Michigan. It's already on CNN and other news sources. It's a pretty big deal. I'm sure everyone's going to hear a lot more about it.
It's going to make the news, but here's the other problem with this. You know, sports and entertainment is now more important than news. So if you look on your local networks for news, you might find just a football game on. So I'm just shocked that, you know, the world doesn't stop when some of these horrific things happen anymore. So it's a sad day here, really. But go Lions anyway. And Grand Blanc, sorry for what you're going through.
We are.
All right. Oh, Gina, there was a mass shooting at a Church of Latter-day Saints. Some 40-year-old man, no details yet, ran through the front of the church and started opening fire. The church was packed with over hundreds of people, they said. And there was a major fire set in the church as well, they believe by the gunman who was shot and killed. So you'll be hearing more about this, I'm sure, and it's just a sad day. Okay.
She had already heard about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's just.
Well, I imagine a lot of people statewide have heard about it. People around the world will be hearing about it too, of course.
Oh, anyway. Okay, let's move on. We've got a birthday reading, which always puts me in a better mood. And since Mr. O is using his deck, it'll give me a chance to kind of chill myself out here.
All right.
So, the birthday reading is for Libra Cusp, Sapphire Flower. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had a happy one. If
you already did have it.
Yeah, passed already. Hope it all went well for you.
So, Libra always asks us, what was the meaning of the butterfly that crossed my path? Or what did it mean when the owl hooted at night? And I'm going to use my Creatures of the Magical
Wait a
Forest.
minute.
I'm sorry.
You're doing a special reading for Libra, not her birthday?
It's her birthday reading with this deck. That's all I'm announcing.
I get it. I thought she asked a question.
No. Tarot, well, it's because of the question she asked. I'm going to use Tarot of the Magical Forest
Aw.
for your birthday reading.
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
It's
No, it did not, Gino.
It's very clear. It did not arrive, unfortunately. I checked even
I'm jonesing.
I checked even our mailbox this morning because I was afraid, maybe they left it overnight in there, but they did not. So probably Monday, but I'll keep checking outside. Once the show's over, I'll check outside again. But I haven't heard any drop off. I haven't heard them come. So yeah, lately it seems like our deliveries have been like this. So even my FedEx drug deliveries have been more delayed than normal. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
All right, so as I mentioned, or we mentioned, this is Libra Cuss birthday gift spread reading, and I am using the Tarot of the Magical Forest.
Okay.
Alrighty, so card 1 is the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most of this year.
Well, let's hope it didn't get delivered somewhere else, Gina. That's my fear.
That could be very interesting, couldn't it?
Okay.
Okay, so it is the reversed Queen of Cups.
Reverse
So
Queen
this
of
is the
Cups.
gift from last year, the reversed Queen of Cups.
Well, that's okay. The gift from last year is that maybe some of the things that have really pushed your emotional buttons in the last year have taught you the need for self care, have taught you the need for some restraint in responding back, and, made you realize that, you should be bigger than this and not allow your emotions to take over in these situations. I think it's a good message.
I love what you did there. Libra, maybe last year or around your birthday, there was something that kind of constituted an emotional crisis of sorts for you. It may not have been totally major, but it may have been something that really got you to think about how you express yourself emotionally and also how you internalize the emotions of others or the interplay of yours with others. And so that was either a turning point or a point of interest which you feel you want to grow from. Card 2.
Card 2 is the gift of the present moment. Oh, that's great.
It's the reversed Three of Swords. That's
The only reason I'm
literally great.
The only reason I'm saying that card is great is because, it seems like your heart is more and more moving to the right place in regards to the things that push your buttons. I think this really ties into that first card. And you realize here that you know, life is more important than allowing ourselves to just blow up at the things that, or get over dramatic. Let's talk about the drama again, about these situations. That it's important to feel the feels, yes, but it's how we express them to others that's important too. Like, especially issues of anger. Feelings of sorrow and remorse and loss. It seems like, Libra, you're going to be able to handle them more. You've learned in this present moment that you have to process it. You have to process it before you can move forward constructively.
The present moment, the gift of that present moment is you realize you are on a healing journey. You realize that the past is the past and you can overcome very strong emotional feelings or situations that have brought sadness or pain to you. And so it really is about using this moment now as that river or whatever metaphor you want to move towards your own self-care and healing.
All right, so card 3 is the gift from your connection with others in this next year.
That's crazy.
Well, it's topsy-turvy, all right.
It's the wheel reversed.
It's almost as if you're out of. I would look at it this way. There is Sometimes it works to your advantage. It seems as though you and some of your friends and people that you associate with, maybe even with family, are kind of out of sync this year. You just can't seem to connect. It just seems like, a lot of maybe things that were planned get postponed, and maybe due to circumstances that are a surprise or beyond people's control. Somebody wants to come out with you and their car breaks down, for example, or something like that. Or you want to go somewhere to meet somebody and that happens to you, or there's other things that interfere. I just feel like these things are circumstances that are kind of beyond your control. But let me say this. Some of it could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, sometimes we just aren't meant to be where we wanted to be. And so I'm not going to rule out that this might work to your advantage. But for the most part, I kind of think there'll be some disappointments in connecting with others in this year ahead and an inability to do so.
The first thing that struck me about this card was, of course, kind of what Banshee was talking about, how you interact with others. And, other people have their own autonomy, and the way you interact with them could be based on various things, what your actual connections are. But sometimes other factors play into that. For example, we once had a friend who was born while Mercury was retrograde, and they always felt that they didn't understand what everybody talked about because everything seemed okay for them during a Mercury retrograde, because to them maybe that was their normal state. So I'm suggesting that maybe people, Libra, who have interesting energies either because of their astrology interaction with your own or something similar enough. Sometimes people do attract interesting luck or situations to themselves. I'm not going to necessarily say that all your friends, are, like that, but maybe this speaks to the idea that, some of your interactions have promoted or taken you on some seriously unintended turns or challenges or ways of reacting to things or adventures you've been in.
I just realized I never posted the list, so I am now with Mysterious Queen
thank
on it. Mysterious Queen, we already have a birthday reading lined up for October 9th. So I'm just saying you never gave us a date. We're going to talk to you later about that when it's your reading if you're around, so that we can pin it down and put it on our calendar and have it there.
All right. Card 4.
Card 4. Well, okay, that is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward with your dreams and goals, Libra. Okay, that's okay.
And it's a somewhat somber looking cat and the Nine of Swords.
Obviously, his card doesn't look like much of a gift, and either way, it speaks to things that you must do in order to be able to be successful in what you want to do. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and not those little voices in your head saying, don't do that, can't do that, won't do that. There might be a lot of doubts or anxieties that you go through before you want to make a move or decision or move on your goals this year. And you have to really take a look at this more realistically, or how about this? More optimistically. More optimistically. Don't go into things already feeling anxious and nervous. Go into them with a can-do attitude. That's the way you're going to be able to accomplish and achieve your goals. You will outdo yourself if you do that. But if you don't do that, it might be a struggle trying to get your goals and dreams off the ground this year.
So this is a little tough love from Mr. O, but maybe the Nine of Swords says, too, that you need to come to grips or to terms with things that could be in your own head, that either you're imagining them, or if it's not so much imagining them, it's what some people call borrowing trouble. The idea that you see or have heard of potential problems and you ruminate on them long enough to where you may be said to attracting that towards you. I don't really feel that from you, Libra, a whole lot, but I'm just saying, what was this position again?
Working on dreams and goals. What can help?
Right. That this is saying the best way to do that is to realize that the things that you feel are depressing or causing you anxiety, maybe You just need your more self-care or some other form of gentle therapy to kind of nudge you towards the positive instead.
God, good one, good one.
Already,
Card
something
five, the
five.
gift from your spirit guides and our ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind in the next year? Are
May
you
I go
kidding me?
first?
Well, be my guest.
It's the Five of Swords, so I say your ancestors say take no prisoners.
You were going to do
She knew I was going to do that.
that. He's a Scorpio. What do I expect?
But it's the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords says that your ancestors indicate that maybe your life in particular has a lot of serious challenges, or that you will find that happening. Maybe some of that is karma from other past lives, or maybe it's just situations that they realize you're going to go through from their own vantage point. But it's best that you learn how to either remove yourself from these situations or be able to buck up if necessary.
Well, if you win the battle, I mean, if you want to win the war, you got to be willing to fight sometimes. And I just feel your ancestors here do want you to do that, but they don't want you to see you maybe being as bloodthirsty as a Scorpio might be in the process. They want you to fight with they want you to fight with integrity, and they also want you to fight for what is right, okay? Because otherwise it's just not worth putting yourself out there and taking the bumps and bruises when it's not warranted. So, I mean, make sure that whatever you're fighting for this year, you can accept the consequences in that battle, and it's because it really is the right thing to do. And that's, I think, the message from your ancestors.
I'll go with that too then. So
Finally, we have the
Card
gift
six?
this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth have you achieved?
And it's the Page of Swords reversed.
What is with your cards?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Well, Libra, I think obviously to me, this solar cycle is really going to be more of a learning one for you. More the growth is going to come through learning. The growth is going to come through a little bit of bumps and bruises. I can't say it won't. And I think this card here is indicating that it has a lot to do with your communications with others this year. I do feel that whether it's on a professional level or whether it's on a social level, you're going to have to be careful how you speak. You're going to have to be sure to listen to others in this year ahead. And that's the gift you're going to learn from this, is the more that people can dialogue constructively with one another and listen to one another, the healthier your relationships with others will be. And I think maybe some of this might be a carryover from last year, from this last year. What do you think?
Uh, I guess that's true. Is that the Ace of Swords?
That's the Queen.
The Queen of Cups, I'm
And this
sorry.
is the Page of Swords, you said.
Right. And so what I'm seeing there is that the culmination here that we're talking about, to me, it could be the realization that where you're going, you have to, maybe walk a little bit on some eggshells, that there are certain people or situations that you don't want to upset too much. This is not saying wimp out. This is sort of saying think of tact and diplomacy. You may have some really, challenging situations in this year ahead, despite everything, but your ancestors as well as other forces are on your side. This is just saying maybe to some degree, choose the battles that you need to choose very carefully.
Right. I was just going to say that. Choose your battles wisely. Listen to what your ancestors had to
I
say.
love this stuff, Jackie.
I feel here it's going to be really important. And I think a lot of this stuff is, like I said, it's based in your interactions with others in this year ahead. And maybe there are particular individuals involved. Maybe it's more than that. You may know what this might be about already, for all I know. But you're going to have to tread a little bit carefully this year in that regard. Everything seems to be focused there. So, and also take time to take care of yourself, because you've got to be in a good frame of mind and heart in order to deal with, any kind of difficult situations with others that you're going to face in this year ahead. So that's all I'm going to say. Feel free to come back and look at this reading at your leisure and take it in. And I wish you luck in the year ahead. And I really hope, other than
I hope you
whatever
had a
may
good
be going
birthday.
on in this part of your life, you have a very mostly happy year ahead. Good luck with that.
All right, Libra. And you have Libra again later.
Crystal, I know you came in too. I thought there was somebody I missed. I'm going to figure out where. Mr. O did not quite give me the order here. It was right after, before Rowan.
This is
Got
still
it.
not my fault. This is your own fault.
No, it's not.
Also, you have Libra on twice because you have her on again after
If you
Jack.
was speaking, instead of interrupting me, you could have been putting it in the list. There, I said it. Okay.
You know, a lot of times when I ask you that, you tell me, no, you're going to do it. So how do I know?
I didn't say that this
How
time,
do
did I?
I know?
Anyway, you are on the list now, Crystal. We are good. Let me see. And I'm pretty sure you're in the right spot. So I got to update my numbers a little bit. I'm a little jumpy today, and this was really even before this shooting bombing that occurred in our state. Just I've been really kind of hyper this morning, so I apologize for that. All right.
Okay, I got it out of my system.
Ah, darn you. All right. We're good. We're good. Are we good? Are we
Yeah,
good?
of course we're good. Who's
By the
turn is
way,
it now?
as bickering as
Selena.
we are, next Sunday's show is on the day that marks our 49th anniversary of our first date.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
And several years ago, we did a sort of interpretive idea of the reenactment of that. So it may be on our channel in one of the fun playlists. If you're interested in it, Mr. O was really having fun with that one. Dolls were
That was
included,
crazy.
and I think I even brought out my
Post that.
keyboard and played on the keyboard, didn't I?
You did something.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could repost it. Put it in the Halloween playlist too.
All right. So, and hey, it is the Sun Man. Thank you, Angel. And it is the
Thank
Sun Man. And it is my turn to grab a deck. And I am going to use one of the new decks I got shopping Friday. And it is called, what is it called? I don't have the box, but it is called the Broadway Tarot. And it's all about Broadway shows. And it combines Broadway shows with tarot cards quite nicely.
I want
So
to sing that BG song about the nights on Broadway, except I don't know all the lyrics, so I won't.
now I've gone to very few off-Broadway shows or that stuff. I mean, I've only been to a few live plays in my life. I went to Stratford a few times in high school. We've been to some plays, and I've been to some musical movies, but musicals are not usually.
Lena, we just posted the list and we're getting ready to do your reading.
Yeah, Lena, pick the list is right out there. So, at any rate, the thing is that I don't know a lot of Broadway musicals, so or shows. So, but I've looked them up and I've looked at some of these, and they match really quite nicely. I just wanted to say that before we started with Lena's reading.
Ready. So I am going to scroll to that question, and it was finances for the next 2 months.
All right. Finances for the next 2 months. I know. Got it. All righty. Let's see what we have for Lena. Well, the first card is the Five of Cups upright. And what's the show on that one? Top.
Little Shop of Horrors. Little shop of horrors, little shop.
Second card is the Eight of Swords upright, and that's from Come From Away. I'm not familiar with that one.
Not familiar.
And the last one's from Beetlejuice, two kind of horror ones. Beetlejuice.
I'm
The
familiar with the movie, but I don't know the
reverse.
music. So
So it's interesting we have two eights here. Um, and they're in their not very favorite aspects. As a matter of fact, most of these cards are not well aspected for the next 2 months, Lena. Let's see what else we've got.
rats,
The mice.
the mice, and the Book of Shadows, which is the book.
Well, I don't think it's the end of the world kind of stuff, Lena, but I feel here that there may be some losses or some disappointments. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're going to lose money or lose a job or anything, but it could mean something else. It could mean if you were expecting a raise or some increase to occur, it may not be happening and you'll be disappointed. And you're really going to be kind of afraid to do anything about whatever the situation is. That Eight of Swords there indicates just this inability of knowing or feeling confident about doing anything about this. So either whether it's conditions, where you live, things that are going on that are making you feel like, well, there's nothing I can do right now, and so you just kind of settle for what this is. Right? I'll stop there before I go to the last card, but I got an idea there too. Go ahead.
Well, it looks to me like there's going to be some not great rewards or offings. There may be some losses you feel, but also it seems like it's important on what you don't realize you still have, or that you're not really thinking, in terms of the fact that it wasn't a total loss. Some of that could have to do with the fact that you seem to be not seeing for yourself. Something's preventing you from seeing it. And a lot of times I think this is you yourself, that either you're somehow are distracting yourself, or you're just not allowing yourself to acknowledge that you still haven't made a total loss, that there's still something you can work with. And so I'm going to hop ahead to the next card,
Well, go
because
ahead, because I'm going to get really weird with that one.
maybe me too, because I think this is making me say you'll not want to necessarily venture on to the next thing, that you might feel you have to just keep addressing the situation as it is, or that's because you haven't still totally accepted or understood what you still have.
I had to shut out my your thoughts for a minute there because I lost mine, and I still think I lost mine. So maybe next time I'll just go all the way through because sometimes I forget what I was going to say. But I think for this one, remember I said here that you're not going to feel like there's anything you can do about this situation. And so yes, I agree with Mr. Owen. He said, so you're just going to, stay with the conditions as they are. I think here this is saying too that you're just not willing to make the changes or move forward to move on this the way you should. You know that maybe you should do something about this situation or not accept things that they stand as they stand, but you're just afraid to, move forward on it.
So is it because the Lenormand says you find out or realize that they are maybe more minor, and that you will ultimately get through them? That's the possibility here, is that maybe you realize or surmise that this may pass after 2 months, or somewhat after.
Well, I think that's really close, but I think what's coming out of this is as time goes on, you will realize that maybe some of these things that you were so afraid about, you could have handled. You could have maybe said something or done something to turn this situation around, but you held yourself back. It's kind of what I'm feeling here because the mice, it's almost like this makes it sound like you're making a big deal out of the situation here. And this is making it sound like it's not that big a deal. Like Mr. O said, this could pass and maybe conditions will change after 2 months. So don't be afraid to make a move if you feel one is warranted to help out with your financial situation. Don't be afraid to make some changes you need to make, or say something or do something that could turn this situation around, because ultimately it may work in your favor to do so. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Lena.
Oh, Cats is in here.
Of course.
Definitely is, Kara. And believe it or not, I'm not sure about this. But if I remember right, it may be the death card.
Okay, that sounds good, Gina. We got you. You're welcome, Lena.
All right, that'll be cool, and we will do it. No problem, Gina.
All right, so
Okay,
we're on Jackie.
Jackie.
Okay, it's about your glasses, your new prescription glasses.
I have to get some badly.
Me too. So I'm going to use one of my new decks from that outing we had just yesterday.
You too, at two.
It's new to me, but it's not a brand new deck. I think it's from 2 years ago or so. It's called the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. And of course, I immediately said, oh, this has goth tarot appeal. But I like it. It reminds me a little bit of the artwork on the Karma Music Tarot and maybe a little bit from the Deviant Moon Tarot. You know, they're semi-surrealistic kind of things. Anyways, let's go with Jackie's question. Will there be any issues with my new prescription glasses when I collect them this week?
All right. No, I saw that. Yep. Thank you. Oh, so I'm all in my blue rooting for the Lions and rooting for my prediction to be wrong. It's okay. I just do this mostly for fun. It's really funny because the first game I got wrong, I thought that the Lions got the Bears card, well, the Green Bay's card, and Green Bay got the Lions cards. I feel the same thing happened this week, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
All right, so our first card is the Queen of Cups, and it's upright.
Ah,
And so right away I get a pleasant feeling, but we'll throw all the cards before we descent here. And then I get the Page of Cups, which is also upright.
you're going to feel good about it. I can see it already,
I think so too.
even if that's reversed.
And then the next card is the reversed Ten of Swords.
Oh,
So looking good, I think.
yeah, let me get the Lenormand. Hold on one moment. All right, to get that last shuffle in.
I see, yeah. We both have some need to update our prescriptions.
Well, this is weird.
So they're not exactly.
Did you have a male optometrist by chance? But anyway,
He looks a little suspect, if you ask me.
well, and this. The only bad
Just
card
kidding.
we got.
And it's the cross. Okay.
Well, this is kind of odd. So I feel everything is going to be fine here. You're going to feel really good about them. You're going to be happy with them. I mean, the Page of Cups could indicate, yes, you feel like you'll start to see more clearly now. Literally,
I can see clearly now.
Sometimes what's really funny about that, Jackie, because the Page of Cups is kind of an intuitive card and a deeper card than just what we see, in the physical realm. But I think here what this is saying is maybe even your intuition and everything will fall, be as good as your physical sight. So I think there's an improvement all the way around. And then you have the Queen of Cups here, which, my gosh, I mean, this is just a real feel-good card. So I think you're going to feel real happy with the way they turn out. And the Ten of Swords indicates getting back up on your feet and moving to the light. I can see again. I can see again.
That Knave or Page of Cups, it also represents maybe an analog or proxy to other kinds of seeing. This is talking maybe about more mystical insight, but what if it's a proxy saying just in general, you're going to feel improved. You're going to feel like you're really accurate here. And you're going to really enjoy it because it feels like you can really relax about it. That's that Queen of Cups. You just sort of feel like everything is really secure. And maybe if some of this involved frustrations about things you really couldn't handle, that's the Ten of Swords reversed. You're able to kind of reverse those things or return to the scene of that crime and try to go at it again, either re-achieving it or whatever that is.
So this is why I don't know why the cross is here. My only guess is that maybe the optometrist, the eyeglass place will redeem themselves in your eyes and put your worries to rest. You'll feel better once you get the glasses. But right now you're worried about, did they catch it? Is everything going to be right? Am I going to see better or not? So I think here maybe some of your worries will be put to rest, but the only other thing I can think of here is maybe, unless they told you this, I wouldn't worry about it. My other thought is there something underlying that they're going to tell you? Like maybe you have a cataract or something that you may have to take care of in the future, something like that. And now you're going to be worried about that. But I think the glasses themselves, everything's going to turn out okay.
And when I look at that man and that cross, I wonder, like, maybe they're going to ask you for a date.
Oh, what?
I
What
don't know where that came
have
from.
to do with
I
that?
don't know where they came from.
I don't either.
Okay, no, we're good. But I agree with Banshee pretty much that, it's always possible that maybe something else will be brought up, another question. Of course, to my mind, the question was, hey, you want to go on? Never mind.
Well, anyway, that's what we have for you. I think it'll go well. You'll have to keep us posted. We'll want to find out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my eyes. I've got multiple things that are kind of worrying me, but I do have to make that appointment. They're really backed up, though, at my place.
You have early cataract, hence change in prescription.
I have, and I had one too the last time I'm there, and I'm wondering if that is going to be a problem this time. So we're going to see. All right, Jackie, that's what we have for you. And why did I have Libra Cusp on the list twice?
Okay, so you're doing Angel's Oracle.
Angel is up. So actually, we only have 10 people, not. I don't know why I did that. Don't. Good grief. And you didn't even say, why is Libra there? Ugh.
No, I'm not bickering. Hold on. I'm just looking for.
All right.
Weather news.
So I'm just running this again real quickly to tell everybody that we expect to get one out this week. Our new semi-series that
Will
will
have to come out this week. Don't listen to that
no one can
man.
see you because they're watching that.
Grab a deck.
You're welcome, Jackie.
For
Well,
insight
2 have
from
to come out this week because they're very time intensive.
Yeah, so watch for 2. They may actually come out tomorrow, or certainly one tomorrow and then one Tuesday.
I might have to come up with one.
Well, we shall see.
We shall.
We shall.
Oh my goodness. All right, so it's an oracle for
And we
Angel.
can't get enough of that song, so we just love playing it over and over.
It's an oracle for Angel. And I think
All right.
I am going to use, I got it here too, in the many oracle decks I have, I am going to use the Crow oracle for Angel. Let's see what they got. Okay. No dates. It's funny.
He's a man, so let him down easy.
Especially if he's a Scorpio.
I know that's right.
All right. All right. And you know what, Angel? This is going to be on Mr. O this time. I'm going to let him pick one at random for you.
Oh, wow. So you have only me to blame, Angel.
That's right. Freedom!
Freedom.
Freedom! And it is part of the old deck, freedom. You do not need to stay where you are. You can change your position. You can rise up and see the world from a different place. You have the wings. All you need is the desire to fly.
Ooh,
That's it.
I like it.
How
So here's
about
our
that?
Lenormand, the crossroads.
Yes.
Of
You
course,
can
that was
enter the
easy.
creepy trail.
But this one, I'm drawing a blank. It's number.
It's the broom. It's the whip.
Oh, it's the whip. Okay, so the
Well,
whip.
this is an interesting conundrum here. Freedom, you're going to be free, I think, to make a choice. I'm going to start combining the Lenormand with this particular card right away here. And I think you're going to be free to make a choice. This could be obviously in your work world, whether to join another committee or stay out of it, whether to maybe accept some kind of lateral or upward move.
So
I
you think
mean,
it's work related or
yeah, I
career?
feel it may be work related. I do, but it doesn't have to be, but I sense, it could be like either a lateral move or some other kind of thing. Maybe they want to throw some different responsibilities at you, but I feel here you are going to be free to make the choice whether you want to do it or not. And I have a feeling that this may happen sooner than later because the broom is here. So
Well,
it's something that's going to happen quickly.
I agree with that idea. I'm actually wondering if the broom's presence means that you'll need to make this decision quickly.
That too, that could be
Yeah.
it.
So that's the only caveat I would add to that. Other than that, I agree with that. And I think it's kind of cool because I know that one of your icons you use is that the bird with the wings
Yeah, that's
spread,
right.
and there they are. So
That's
very
right.
nice.
And so, it's a very short thing, but it says you don't need to stay where you are. You can do what you want. You can do what you want here because it is all about freedom and freedom of choice. And goodness knows, we all know a lot of freedoms of ours are in jeopardy right now. But it seems like in somewhere in your world, you have the freedom to move the way you want to and to make the choice that is right for you. So enjoy. I think it's a really good card for you. Good
I
luck.
hope you enjoy that already.
Sometimes they're short and sweet with this deck, and sometimes they're short and not so sweet either. I
All
will
right,
say
and
that.
it looks like Namira is up,
Yeah.
and I'm going to grab a deck. Oh, what the heck?
What the heck? Grab a deck, Mr.
Grab a deck.
O.
I'm just looking for their question. I think they left it. Namira usually leaves the question, so just go look for it. Doo-doo-doo. Or if you're able to, you can go ahead and repost it. But let me look again and see if I see it here.
I'm gonna post a list that might. Okay, Namira, you are up.
There it is. I found it. How will my week go? I feel a bit lost and I don't know why.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Join the club, Namira. I think a lot of us do right now, sadly.
I'm going to use the uncommon tarot for your reading, Namira.
Right.
How will your week go?
Those aren't hard to figure out, I hope. Okay.
No, you do.
Touche,
Keep me
Mr.
out of this.
Oh.
Indeed.
Well, I hope you
Also,
enjoyed that reading, Angel. It was a good one.
yes, Namira, I think we both agree with that.
You are welcome. All right, how will our week ahead go?
You're welcome. All right, one more Riffly and a little hand over hand.
What? You know that's trouble.
Uh-oh.
This is very weird.
card the first, and it's Justice reversed.
Okay.
Card the second is the Knight of Cups upright. I like that. And the next card is Strength. And that's kind of interesting because Strength and Justice sort of have this co-relationship
they
with each
do.
other
May
in a
I?
lot of decks. Go
But
ahead.
let's do this first. You'll see what I mean.
It's the Man again. And the Cross again. I call fake.
I don't know how that happened, and I pulled it before, but I shuffled them really well.
Did you?
Anyway, I
Did
did.
you?
I did. So here's what I think is going on because this is a real interesting one. So, what is that first card again? Because I can't.
It's Justice reversed.
Yes. And I wanted to address that. So you said you're feeling, kind of shaky here, and Justice Reversed is about that. Things seem out of sorts. Things seem out of balance in this week ahead. Maybe, it could involve somebody treating you unfairly, not seeing what you want them to see, and so you feel like you're not being treated fairly. I think here your saving grace will be this week if you can keep your emotions in check. You got to just keep emotionally stable and balanced, regardless of what people or the universe is throwing at you this week. Hey, meditate, relax yourself in your off times, prepare yourself in the morning for your week ahead. Do some positive affirmations and things that will put you in a better frame of mind to handle whatever comes your way. And strength is your ally here as well, right? Strength is your ally.
Sure.
This is a card that's saying, don't push back on people this week. If you feel you're being pushed against the wall or people are putting pressure on you, try not to push back because that will only make things worse.
So, Namira, that situation or thing going on with Justice Reversed must be something that has a lot of emotional value for you because you want to maintain yourself moving towards that. So if the loss or the imbalance you're feeling relates to something you really care deeply about, you're going to try to maintain that love and that sense of movement towards that. So you're going to still advocate for it if that's what's called for, or work towards that in some way. And once again, like Banshee said, the idea that your motives are pure, that your energy is very sound here, the idea that even though you may realize this is a confusing offsetting time, that Justice reversed, just align yourself with your values and your heart and keep moving ahead, and trying to do the best you can.
So, what may be behind some of this? Well, I'm going to go a couple different ways, but I will definitely say this that I think there's somebody involved in this situation. You've got the man card here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man that's causing the disturbance, but it's someone. It's indicating someone could be behind this, giving you some grief, some problems, some feeling, where it sends you off balance. Now, it could be that it's memories about a broken relationship with someone that come to the surface and bring you a lot of sorrow or regret this week. Or it could be, something else entirely. Like I said, it could be somebody who is treating you unfairly, and not giving you either a chance to explain yourself or a chance to do better or make things right, whatever the case may be here.
It
So
doesn't necessarily feel like it's at the workplace or it's at your home
hard
or
to say.
or somewhere. It could be almost anywhere. I don't
Yeah.
think it's, happening everywhere, but I do feel like this idea is, this causes a serious imbalance in how you operate, or at least your need to think about it emotionally and how you're resolving it. And so you want to try to move yourself away from it or try to keep in check as you indicate. So this too shall pass, we think.
I think I do. Um, because it's really pretty powerful cards overall, that you have going for you otherwise. That's upright too, or that's reversed? It's
They're
upright.
both upright.
Yeah. And so I feel here that this could be just a situation that will pass. It's going to be aggravating you this week. And maybe this lack of balance you're experiencing will find a way to right itself. I do. And I think it's just realign yourself with your true values and your heart. More than anything, realign your heart.
It does feel like it's an injustice, though, so I don't want to
Yeah.
detract from that. It feels like something that's really unfair that you're gonna resolve to just push forward with.
I can't disagree with that.
Alrighty.
With that.
Good luck, Namira.
Oh, you like that one?
Yeah.
It is. I think it's a US Games deck. I think they were the ones who released it. And it's the Malefique Lenormand. Bring it out for Halloween season.
All right, Namira.
Kira's up. You're welcome, Namira. Good luck.
Kara. You gonna do that one? What does Odin have?
Is that it?
It's right at the end. It just came up.
Oh, it just came up. All right, let's see what Mr. Odin has for you. I'm going to use
The other Mr. O.
I am going to the other cutesy deck I got this week, and it is called the Catacorn Tarot. The Catacorn Tarot.
I think the cat lady on my Facebook likes that one.
It's cute. It's a little pastel-y and almost a little too cutesy for me, but I like it. I'll be using it. But I'm just bringing these out now because they probably won't be here for Halloween season, although you might end up seeing the Broadway Tarot on my Oracle cards for the day because I'm thinking of doing a themed day. It may start in November, though. I'm not ready to start that yet. It's one of the decks I use for that themed day. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for that. Sorry. Forgot those there. All right. Well, your first card's a Page of Pentacles reverse. So what does Odin have for you? He's wondering why you haven't started anything new yet. Or maybe that you haven't followed up on something new, something creative, something. He wants to see you busy. I don't know. Suddenly, didn't Odin not that long ago want you to take a break and work on yourself and, beautifying yourself and all of that? Now it looks as though he says, hey, you got to get a move on again. There's delays. He's wondering what's the delay? What's taking you so long to accomplish something or get something else underway?
It may not be that Odin is making comments on that, but he is noting that you want to be moving ahead rather than bogging down either in details or basically not moving better towards a goal. And so, to some degree, Odin maybe thinks that you're not serious.
Go ahead.
That's all I was going to say.
Oh, I thought that sounded like mid-sentence. The Hierophant reversed is why this is important. How interesting. And the Hierophant reversed is speaking about, is talking about, hey, he wants you to think outside the box now. He wants you to do something radical. He wants you to step outside your comfort zone again, Ms. Kara. Oh boy, be careful what you ask for from Odin.
I really like this one too, in a way too, because, a lot of times things that go on in particular paths or trainings have sort of a sense of a foundation, and they go from there.
And conformity.
Right,
Yeah.
conformity. And so Odin may be saying that doesn't really work for you. You're too ND or whatever it is, and you really need to figure it out for yourself randomly, however you go, but then you need to stick with it. That's really what it is. The only consistency he probably expects is that if you decide your path involves every day going outside and tossing the first three rocks you see into a pattern, then he wants you to stick with that or whatever it is.
Well, I have a feeling it's different because really, when the Hierophant is reversed, it's about breaking the norms, it's about breaking the order of things. Now,
Okay.
that could be like Mr. O said, going on another path and sticking with it. But I get the feeling he really wants you to explore other paths and ways of doing or thinking right now. And not necessarily to stick with them, but to open and expand your consciousness more to what is out there. Because, I'm an eclectic pagan or witch. I like to I'm an alchemist, I guess, in a way. I like to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and see how they all work together. And maybe I'll never go back and use that again, or maybe I will. But the point is, there's lots to be gained from expanding your consciousness right now and looking at other ways of doing and thinking about things.
Well, I agree with everything Banshee said there. I think that in addition to the idea of thinking about exploring other paths, exploring other practices. So it's not that you're
Okay.
giving up, following a northern path, but maybe something you do reflects a Catholic part of you where you just say a prayer to a female deity instead, and it seems more Catholic. Or something you do seems a little bit more Eastern inflected. The way you meditate when you sit down and maybe you hit a gong or something before you meditate. That's a practice, less a path.
Yeah, yep, that's me, Angel. Always been. I kind
Yeah,
of
we're kind
rebel.
of eclectic.
Well, and so why is this? Where is things headed? I think this is a cautionary tale here. So the chariot is reversed, and boy, this chariot's come up a few times, and it was our card upright for the collective today. Gonna remind everybody, and I feel here there's a concern on Odin's part that, you might be spinning your wheels right now and going forward. And he wants to see you, if you're going to spin your wheels, he wants to see you, maybe exploring the different stops that you're making along the way. The chariot here is reversed, and oftentimes that means a full stop. But when we're on a path or when we're driving somewhere, sometimes you got to take a different path because of construction or whatever gets in your way. And there may be interesting things to stop and take a look at along the way. So sometimes these stops are important. Maybe he wants you to stop being so focused on the path you're on right now and to defocus a little bit and try to incorporate some other ways of thinking and doing things into what you're doing.
Odin says, take your foot off the gas and take your time. And remember that it's not about the goal, getting there.
I like
It's
that.
about the journey
It's
too.
about the journey. Absolutely. And if we just have myopic vision, in our journey in life, we miss a heck of a lot of what's going on around us that we really would want to explore.
Hey, Violet Ann.
Hey, Violet Ann. Hey, you're in luck. Our list isn't very long today, so good
All
luck.
right, so here's the Lenormand for you, Kara. And you got to help me with this because I have forgotten that one.
Okay, that is the cross in this deck.
Oh my God. Wait till you see what I got.
You don't tell me you got the man. Oh, coffin. That's excellent. That's
Okay, the
excellent.
coffin.
Well, it is and it
Admit
isn't.
it, you always wanted to be a vampire.
It is and it isn't. But I have to look at it in regards to your question here. Because if this was more of a general reading, I might have to tell you some bad news. But I'm not. Because what this is saying is put an end to any worries or fears you have about stepping outside your comfort zone. It's time to be bold. It's time to be brave. And maybe I don't know you, Kara. You are a Taurus, and you seem very, you seem very bold in a lot of ways. But maybe it's possible here that you've kind of over the years have gotten a little set in your ways. And Odin wants you to be bold, to be brave, to face your fears and step outside of your comfort zone and do some things that challenge you more.
I like that. So the sword is the cross, and the cross is. Can you say that again for me?
The cross is about grief, sorrow,
Okay.
sometimes long term.
Okay, so this is about, facing the end of that or realizing that it isn't really as strong as what you might think. Um, I'm trying to put into the context of what Odin might want for you. And maybe, Odin realizes that, of course, you haven't mentioned it very recently, but for a while there, you keep talking about Nana and or other people from your past. And maybe part of this is doing practices and things that either give you greater association with Nana or complete a closure process. At some point, Nana may no longer be quite as accessible, or the need, to relate may change too.
Okay, I take it back. I like this cute little deck. I do.
I like it too.
So anyway, Kara, that's what Odin has for you. I wish you luck with this. Good luck there.
Already.
And Crystal is up. 1903. What did I do there? 1983.
And Marita joined us recently.
I've got her on the list,
I put
yes.
her on the list already.
I know you did, but you didn't change the number. I did that.
So that's my deck, right?
Yes, it is.
Joke. Let's see.
What did I do it?
Does your ex compare his life now to the time we were together, and will you cross paths again?
Wow, I couldn't hear that.
I'm going to use the Ancestral Path Tarot.
Did they want general guidance or did they change it?
Oh, I just read it. Does ex Nixon compare his life now to the time we were together? Will we cross paths again?
Okay.
It's actually right down there at the end.
Oh, it's at the end. It didn't come up for me. There it is. Okay. It didn't come up for me.
Whatever you say.
Wow. He knows this today. Both of us have been having real weird computer glitches. So, anyway.
You're the computer glitch.
All right, Crystal.
All right. Oh, I guess it would have helped if we had pulled these up. There you go.
Thank you. It's okay. Thank you. I could grab them.
All right. So it's the King of Cups, which is upright. The Two of Swords is upright. And the Queen of Cups is upright. And interestingly enough,
Did you? I thought you said the Queen of Swords in the beginning.
no, I said the King of Cups.
King of Cups.
It's a Two of Swords in the middle between the two.
I knew that one.
So go ahead.
I have to shuffle a little more because you distracted me, and I want to make sure I get the right thing. I don't want to get
You
the cross and the man
distracted
again.
You distracted yourself.
I definitely don't want to do that. You'll see.
Well, to me, when you're asking, it sort of seems like there's that thought that there is a sense of comparison or connection. The Two of Swords maybe
my God.
says there is this idea about thinking about things.
No, I don't think so. All right, let me take a look here. The King of Cups. he feels pretty emotionally in a real stable place right now. As far as your question goes, I really honestly don't know that that means he's really thinking about, the relationship as it was before or not. He's very solid, though, emotionally right now. He's not wavering emotionally as to where he's at. I can say that pretty well. The Two of Swords indicates to me here. I want to look at your question again just for a minute. You're wondering about crossing paths again. And, it's interesting to me to see, of course, the Two of Swords, which usually shows those swords like this, crossing each other, right? But I think in here, this could mean a stalemate right now. Like there is no coming back, but he's in a state of contemplation right now. Is he thinking about the past? He might be, but I'm not sure it's going to mean anything about moving in any particular direction because you are asking about will we cross paths again? And I'm feeling here strongly from that card a stalemate.
It does feel that way. It doesn't feel like there's an energy or a motivation that's bringing you from that point. It feels like, pretty much what Banshee said first, that he's enjoying his sense of emotional completeness or wholeness at some point. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the now. It could be saying that maybe, in his past he feels things were okay, but that's not really clear. And I agree with her on the Two of Swords. It's interesting that the person's holding the swords in that position, but they are faced away from us. And so that could be saying that although they are in contemplation, they are
Could be
thinking
about
about
something else.
else.
And you know what? That just made me. I'm looking at the lay of these cards here, Mr. O, and I'm dying to see what you think about this. Look at the lay of these cards. We have a king here, we have a queen here, and we have that in the middle.
I kind of hinted at that at the beginning.
I know you did, but did you hint in the direction that I'm going?
I don't
The
know.
direction that I'm going is he's thinking about somebody else right now. Somebody
could be.
else is on his mind right now. I don't know. And the reason I'm feeling that way, here we go. Yes, the man is back,
The man
but
himself.
not the cross this time.
That's the rider.
Yes, it is.
The horseman is the rider and usually indicates movement in a direction.
I think he's moving on.
He's probably moving on. We hate to tell you that, Crystal, but it looks to me that could be true.
And I will say this, though, I want to steer this back to potentially about you, Crystal. And I really feel here he doesn't have really bad thoughts about you, maybe
Yeah.
whether you left in a bad way or not. He might be feeling okay about you. In other words, he isn't harboring resentment, but he's thinking about moving on. And I think that's here because of the rider. I don't see him necessarily coming back in this scenario. I wish I could say differently.
Either. For some reason, I'm drawn to the idea that they're both of the same suit, and I'm, wondering if you were both of the same zodiac sign or of an elemental disposition of the zodiac sign. I'm just
You mean
curious
water?
about that.
Water signs?
Right, like if you were both water signs or if you were both the same sign in any regard. I'm not saying that if you weren't, that doesn't mean anything, but it was just a stray thought that came to me.
Yeah. Sorry, I wish I had better news.
You're both Scorpios. Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
Oh my God.
But that's it. It's the water. So
Water,
I do
cups of
feel
water.
that way. I can't rule out that he doesn't think about you with that card there. But there's just something pulled me right away. And the thing is, with my reading of the cards, sometimes, most of the time, I go with how they intuitively hit me. I mean, they mean definite things, but it's how our intuition hits us. And I really felt stalemate when I saw that card. I really did.
Crystal asks, basically, what does the Queen of Cups represent? And the Queen of Cups
It's
is
you.
sort of, well, it's you, but it's the idea of an emotional person who embodies that within themselves, as opposed to the king, who maybe projects outward a little bit in terms of that quality. They're the person who's trying to counsel others. You might be nurturing in a different way, or that queen represents that aspect of a personality.
Oh, he has love to give and share, but he, is, going to determine who he's willing to love and share it with. And so it could be at a stalemate. Now, there could be a move forward, but I don't know here. I think at some point, you've asked a lot about this person, and I'm not going to say to back off for now because I know this is really close to your heart. But what I will say is maybe next time we're going to focus it more on, if you want to ask about them again, we're really going to focus it more on, is there a chance for this relationship at all? And I don't know, maybe I'm seeing that here. I'm getting mixed signals here, definitely. But I'm leaning in my gut feeling that he's not ready to come back and may not be willing to do so. That card is a card of movement, and I feel it's in another direction.
Hi, Sonali, and we can do that. There's about 5 or 6 people in front of you, but thanks for leaving your question, and we will get to it. And we'll still have room for another reading or two.
That's what I have for you. I wish I could tell you better. Good luck
Well, it
with
was a
that.
good question. Alrighty.
And Rowena's up.
You're welcome. You are very welcome, Crystal. And I'm gonna look for Rowan's question. Or did Rowan leave it?
Oh my God. What? I copied it. See, my computer is not responding properly, and I don't know why.
General guidance from Rowan. Thank you, love and light.
I saw that, actually. That's what I thought was the reading we were doing last time, but I realized after you
All right, so that's gonna be your deck.
set me straight. Yes, okay. So now I got the list right, and I am going to go with, well, the Golden Girls are going to go away, so let's bring them out one more time. September is over.
Hi, Rowan. Good old Gina.
You're still here. Aw, awesome. Well, you will be next after when. And since you are still here, I just want to say once again, it was so great talking to you. I love talking to you. I fear we could just go on and on forever, honestly. So, and we sort of did. But I really love it.
People tell me that they love to talk to me on the telephone, and I usually say I can't stand talking on the telephone. And it's mostly true. I say that, and then I start talking on the phone, and then I'm like, I love talking to you. I'm not sure what my problem is. All right, general guidance for Rowan.
Well, okay, we have Judgment reversed. We have Temperance upright. Wow. And we have the Seven of Pentacles upright. Okay. And so, what do you got, Mr. O?
The key, call it the skeleton key in the Halloween Lenormand, and the headless horseman, who is the rider, in fact.
Correct.
Just like last time.
Well, general guidance. Okay. Okay. You may be worried this week about something in your life, whether it's business related, financial related, maybe even relationship related. And I'm jumping right to that Seven of Pentacles here. Maybe it's time to step back and assess whether your worries are warranted. Because I feel here when I see the Judgment card reversed that you may be feeling that either others or yourself, and I'm leaning towards yourself for when, maybe being a little hard on yourself lately, that you might just be feeling not all not good about things, and maybe that you feel you're taking the blame or feeling guilty about something or feeling not good about something when in a sense you should lighten up. I think that's what Temperance says here. You need to look at this from a more balanced perspective. You need to try to balance things out. And if you feel you've made some mistakes or missteps, look at that in a more positive light, as if these are learning experiences now. And now you can set things right. You can bring balance back again and restore things. I think here that whatever you're worried about, whether it's going to, whether you feel like you haven't done enough to make something happen for you that you are hoping to happen, you just need to look at this differently. Step back and try to look at this with better perspective before you make a move or decision you might regret. So, in other words, foresight or, giving time to look at things more carefully may help you here. And I'll leave the Lenormand.
Why, thank you. All right, I like the way Banshee started with the Seven of Pentacles, the idea of maybe stepping back a little bit to review or a pause of some sort. And I feel that that pause is warranted because to me, when I look at Temperance and Judgment reversed, I sort of feel like there's a pull between two different kind of directions going on for you. And maybe you know this already, or maybe you're going to find this out in the week ahead or the rest of this month. But Judgment reversed could be saying you're drawn to the idea that some things are inescapable, that maybe are a judgment or a sense of, hurt or pain, and that they are inescapable, that nothing you can do can really deter you from taking that in. But at the same time, you also have a better natured angel on your shoulder too, saying, don't don't go too rigid here, be able to bend a little, to be able to moderate the idea that even though things may seem like they are so fated for you, don't be afraid to be softer on yourself or others as you can.
Well, it's really interesting here that, I talked about stepping back because, of course, that's what the Seven of Pentacles calls for here. But then, of course, we have the Rider as the key. And I think why that's here is to say that, yes, the moves you make are important to ensuring that things stabilize again for you, but you have to be careful about the moves you make. You have to make sure they're well thought out first. So I think it's saying here, yeah, you're going to have to make some moves, some decisions, some choices in the week ahead, but take the time to make sure you're making the right ones that will bring things back into balance for you.
With the Horseman and the Key, I think that kind of follows through for me too. This was the idea of stepping back or pausing to review, but these things represent significant, oppositions to each other that you don't want to wait too long. And the key is to figure out what your movement will be, but to do it carefully with the time you have. All right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
And I think you're going to do the reading for Gina,
Right, it's
right?
an oracle. And you know what, Gina? I think I'm just going to use the moonology, but something is calling me to use one I haven't used for you before, I think. I know I've used it for Kara a few times. It's the Norse goddess oracle, which is based on the runes. When you can show that. And I'm just going to post the list.
Excuse me.
All right. So I posted it already, but Gina, yeah, you are up, Gina. So let's go. I see I still have her name there. It's good. Okay. I didn't get ahead of myself. This is just a lovely deck. It's so beautiful. I don't know, Mr. O. I'm going to not leave it up to you, but I'm going to let you shuffle and cut for me, okay?
Okay.
Here you go.
Shuffling and cutting.
Yeah.
You put down the iron. Put down that axe, Eugene. Careful with it. Maxwell's silver hammer
Oh dear.
came down upon her head.
Did you see how I answered your thing about 2 hours?
You're
I
welcome.
typed it in there.
Love and light.
Take care, Gwen. Well, it is upright, and it is Thurzaz, or Thurzaz, I'm sorry, Thurzaz, and it is offense, defense, and action. And actually, they're always upright. They have a card for each rune in its regular position, and those that can be reversed, they have a separate card for that. So let's see what this is. Is that number 5?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was. So it is in its good aspect. And there's a little poem that comes with it. I am Thurzaz, God, I don't know, is the goddess name here? I can't say, so I'm not going to do it. Goddess of strength, defending my kin, I go to all lengths. The thorn bush around you, the giant aggressor, may Thurzaz be your greatest protector. All right. It's a fierce warrior woman. So I will read a little bit on the top, but not much. I have to read this one line. The adage of the best defense is offense fits nicely for this shield maiden. She is proactive, charging into battle rather than remaining behind to shore up the defenses. So I read that part of it. I thought that was very apropos. The divinatory meaning for this card is it's the rune of action. Its meaning giant or thorn. It embodies a level of pain and strong emotion that causes one to act out of necessity. Thurzaz is fiercely protective, defending others from harm at all costs. It is the giant that threatens your home and well-being and must be stopped. At times, that giant can be within you and requires your warrior spirit to defeat and beat down your demons. Thurzaz indicates a time to stand up and take action, to defend your honor, your beliefs, and your values. If you are being the giant, it is worth reflecting on your behavior and how it is perceived by others. Perhaps it is time to temper your anger. Your words can be the rose or the thorns, but each word casts a spell. Choose them wisely, for once those thorns have penetrated deep into the hearts of those you love, and they are difficult to remove. As a thorn, Thurzaz is the metaphorical thorn in your side that needs to be extracted. Action is required to remove toxic and aggressive people from your life and to build a thorn bush around you as a defensive mechanism. Identify who or what may be causing you pain and suffering. For now, I think we all know some of where that's coming from, right, Gina? Wow. Anyway, for now, it's the time to put your well-being first. Acknowledge any threats to your inner peace and work to overcome them. Embody the power of Thurzaz as you take action against any threats or negativity in your life. Wow, what a powerful card.
Yeah, I see you out there with your sword.
What do you got? Let's get the Lenormand in this. Oh,
The
nice.
candle, which is the sun, and the deadly flowers, which is just
The lilies.
The lilies. Whoa, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, you're going to continue to find out things. You're going to evolve in the ways of knowledge or figuring out what's really going on, the things that you need to address really with your warrior spirit.
Gina, you make me laugh. I just read what you said there. I know you. You are a fierce warrior in your own way, and you are so careful with the way you couch things. I really admire you for that. And but these are trying times we're in right now, and it's easy to get riled up. And I think whether it's in your personal world or whether it's in social media world or other areas, something is trying to pull you down and trying to, and is actually or maybe others around you, and you feel you have to come to their defense, and you do that. I know that even by what I see on social media, you are there standing up for the defenseless and standing up for what's right. And I think here, these are, as I said, challenging times, and you can expect blowback from time to time. But your warrior nature is going to stand tall and stand strong. And we need more people like you out here. We absolutely do. And I think here the deadly flowers in the sun is just saying to me, you are on a path right now. Your warrior nature is going to serve you well long term and protect you. The sun also has a very protective, strong energy about it, whether it's the tarot or whether it is the Lenormand. And so I feel that blends really nicely with the warrior energy of this card. So, wow.
I want to sing the Xena theme, but with your name instead. Remember Xena, the warrior princess?
Yeah.
Gina.
Yeah. Gina, Lena. Oh my gosh. This is so
Isn't that
funny.
funny? I love it.
That is.
Power to the people.
Anyway, good luck with that, and good luck to us
Good luck,
all,
my dear.
as we all
Thank you
need
so
a little
much
bit
for
of
what you
this
do.
warrior spirit right now. So,
Thank you so much.
all right. Well, so that was an intriguing reading. I'm glad I used this for you. I just felt called to do it, as oftentimes I am. So, and these are just such beautiful cards. They are. I like to bring them out in the fall season for some reason. I don't know. Just seems right. Okay.
Mysterious Queen, may I know what is coming towards me in the month of October?
Okay, it's your deck.
All right, so that's my deck again. And what would I like to use?
Xena. Xena, Gina. It all fits. Good luck with that. And keep on trucking. We just got to do it.
I'm going to use my Crow's Magic Tarot.
And you are welcome.
Absolutely.
And we're anxiously awaiting your package's arrival. We don't blame you. We blame that darn post office.
Oh, I certainly hope it comes soon. I can barely wait, I'll be honest.
I've kind of cut down on some of the sweets in the house, and let's just say Mr. No has noticed.
She's
So,
lying.
we can always get dessert out, and it's a one and done, and then I don't have to worry about having it here. I'm being tempted. All right.
Okay, what might you expect in October? Your birthday month. And our first card is the reverse Nine of Coins. And the second card is the reversed Five of Coins, which is actually better when it's reversed. And then the reversed Four of Cups, which probably is not necessarily worse at all. It's sort of a neutralish card anyway.
So the reverse Nine of Coins.
And then the Five of Coins.
Five of Coins.
And then the Four of Cups.
Four of Cups reversed.
And
They're all reversed. Got it. Well.
Here's our heart. And the fox. So what might you expect?
And Mysterious Queen, we got to talk about your birthday reading after this. We'll talk about this after your reading. Okay. All right, so the Nine of Coins reversed indicates to me that, and this is about the month of October,
Right. What's
that
coming towards them?
maybe some of your expectations for the month of October are a bit of an overreach. You might not totally be satisfied. I mean, you're not going to be in a very bad place in October, but maybe you were hoping for a little bit more bells and whistles and excitement in your life than what is going to happen in October. Maybe if you're looking for maybe a better job opportunity, for example, or some romantic thing to occur in your life, it may not happen to the extent you had hoped it would.
Well, that nine of coins reversed could indicate things like what Banshee said. Uh, I get the feeling like it combines with the five of coins reversed. So I'm not going to go all the way there yet, but I think that there is some sense maybe of you feeling like something needs to change. It doesn't feel totally horrible, but it's not comfortable. And I can totally relate to that feeling. I used to be pretty forgiving about my discomfort, but the older I get, when I'm not comfortable, I'm looking for change. And so to some degree, that's where that five of coins may come in, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you take over.
that Five of Coins is there reversed, which actually is an okay thing.
Yeah.
Both these cards are not bad. But what this is saying here is that maybe this in October will be a month to of recovery of some sort. So if you've been not feeling well, or if things and conditions in your life, whether it is in relationships or it is in your work life, haven't been very good for you, I feel here that things are going to be rebounding. It's just that maybe you were hoping for a little bit more.
This may relate to a relationship. I don't know if it's a primary one or a very important one, or if it's just a strong one that is emotionally strong for you. Because I can kind of feel that with the rest of the cards and then the Lenormand. Um, and it may feel like you have to basically make a choice of some sort. The Four of Cups, that maybe these experiences of feeling uncomfortable or feeling like you're you're trying to be in recovery or you're moving towards recovery involves a choice, involves you deciding what it is you can tolerate or what it is you can't tolerate.
Yeah, I do think that how your October is going to go is dependent a lot on that Four of Cups there. It's about the choices that you make, or if you're not paying attention, if you've been despondent or you're feeling like things just are too slow moving in October, you get distracted, you could miss opportunities to advance yourself if you're not careful. So be careful of the choices you make, be observant of the signs and things going on around you in the month of October for clues as to how you should respond. And I think things would go better for you.
All right, so then there's that Lenormand.
That's a Lenormand. And so I'm wondering here if, well, first off, the reason I couldn't commit myself to the heart or to work is because there's the heart and there's work.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this could be happening in either of these areas of your life right now. But I could combine them too to say one of two things that doing something that you love, whether it's in work, working on projects and goals that really you're inspired to do, you will do them well in October. I mean, when you work, you've got certain things you have to do all the time, but there may be certain parts of the tasks and things that you are responsible for that would make you feel a lot better. And I feel that you should focus on them and you'll do a great job. But then on the other hand, I could also say, as far as the heart goes, um, there might be something coming your way in October. There could be a relationship or somebody who's you become attracted to in October if you are looking for love and romance in October. And I don't know how it plays into this. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it's an opportunity that gets away from you. But somebody is going to surface that's going to be very intriguing to you.
I I forget sometimes, some of the things that people tell us about their lives, even when they come here
Yeah.
often enough. So I don't remember. I thought maybe you might have indicated that there was a semi flirtation in your career and your workplace, but I don't really remember that. But I do think that the choice that the Four Cups indicates could be about saying, with all these things going on, challenging your comfort levels and how you feel you belong or don't belong, maybe you will just focus on what it is you really love, especially if that is something like the workplace, the work you do, the kind of work you do. But it could also indicate focusing on things that are productive in their own way without necessarily being work or career. So it could be personal studies or it could be other studies. So good luck with that.
So good luck with that. And I gotta say, Mysterious Queen, about your birthday reading, I don't know if if your birthday is coming up sooner or late in the month. We could put you off till late in the month, but we have a reading scheduled for October 9th. That's the only reading we have going right now. So if it was early in the month and you wanted it next Thursday or next Sunday, we could do it. But we can't do it 2 Thursdays from now. And we can do it later in the month if you'd rather, because we don't have a birthday reading so far for later in the month.
Next Thursday is the 1st.
Yes.
And then,
Second. It's the second.
oh, it's the 2nd. I'm sorry. And then next Sunday is the 4th. And we could do it either of those days. Or it would have to be the 3rd week and beyond.
It's
So let us know
Sunday's the 5th.
when you can.
Sunday's the 5th because it's our anniversary.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
So let us know. Keep that in mind because somebody will take a slot if we don't fill it in. Good luck
And
with
even
that.
if you're not going to watch it live, you'll know it'll be there. So even if you can't make our schedule, you can pick one and then you'll know it'll be there.
All right. So
All right.
we'll move on to Violet Ann.
Violet Ann. And that's going to be your cards.
Yeah.
Anything that is coming toward me before the end of the year.
Okay. I'm going to
Ready?
choose.
And I guess we might as well close. What do you think? Because we have Marita and you didn't add Sonali.
Oh, did I not add
Or I'm not sure.
Sonali? Are you still here? Dang it.
You might have. I don't
I
remember.
did. It's on the list.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry.
So-
But I think we should close the list then.
Yes, the list is closed. Okay. Everybody on the list will get a reading.
Yay for Violet Ann. And I wanted to say more about that yesterday, but lately we've been so busy and challenged in other ways. I have some concentration problems lately. That's hard for me to go to almost anybody else's websites and or YouTubes and visit them. So I apologize for not showing up a little bit now and then, Violet Ann.
Okay. What's coming towards Violet Ann by
By the end of the year.
Let's do just 3 cards on this because it could be multiple
Sure.
things. So, because we've got a month span here, more than a month, and we'll see where they take
Oh, you
us.
mean October, November, December?
Yes.
All right. Maybe I should shuffle those too then.
No, I'm not
Okay.
saying that exactly. I'm just saying we're gonna read all 3 cards. It's not my reading for
Oh,
them.
I see. I see. I thought we were just going to say
No,
the first card
no,
is
no,
this. Gotcha.
I'm gonna keep it open. All right. Okay. Well, you got the Chariot reversed, but let's not panic yet. Oh, what's going on here? What is going on with my cards? The Ten of Swords is here.
At least it's over. Sorry.
All of them are, well, they're not all reversed, but
Like I do.
what do you got?
The pumpkin, which is clover, so that's kind of nice. And the Book of Shadows, which is the book. So I already know what that means. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, do you? Okay, well, I'll leave that, but it is very noteworthy here that the pumpkin is here, so the clover.
Yes.
So let's go through this. So that's the Knight of Wands, right? What is it?
It's the
Batons.
chariot.
What's a chariot? No, I saw him carrying some. Okay, the chariot reversed.
Okay.
It seems as though It seems as though there's been, these 3 months are going to be a little bit stagnant for you. There's not, you feel like you're being held back in some way. I don't know if you feel like just circumstances beyond your control are kind of betraying you, just feeling that it's not anything you've done. You may feel that other people are doing it or just circumstances that are holding you back from really moving forward in the manner you had hoped to. Now, I can't rule out here, Violet Ann, and I'm just going to say it, that you're not sabotaging yourself here, and blocking your progress in some way. So keep that in mind as well. What do you got to say about these two? I felt they went together.
Well, I think the Ten of Swords draws my attention right away, and maybe it says that during this 3 months you will feel something has ended or is ending. It may not be ending in a good way, but you do feel that there will be an afterwards, that you will pick up some pieces and move afterwards. Is it, in fact, maybe the sense of, the idea that you're not finding your motivation to do that? Will that end? Will things that
Maybe.
are a drawback to you being more motivated, gutsy to pursue things? I'm not necessarily sure that that's related to that.
Well, it's funny to me, and I like the way he said that, because the Ten of Swords does say there's a light at the end of the tunnel generally. And I really wanted to go there, but then I saw the Hermit with his light is reversed. And I was just like, what the heck? But I do feel here that you really want to put this to an end. I have to agree with him on that. I feel that strongly with this card. You're hoping for something to shake this up. Now, the Hermit reversed indicates to me that you have to really, I don't know. I don't know if there is something that you've been trying to avoid. I read the Hermit reversed a lot of different ways. And one of the ways I read it, and I'm thinking about it here, is that maybe something that you thought, maybe if I just ignore it, it'll go away. Or maybe if I just don't do anything, um, conditions will change. That's not necessarily the case here, And I think you have to, really be more on the offensive now if you want things to change. If you want things to change, you're going to have to be the change agent here. You're going to have to
Yeah, we're
step
sorry.
outside of that cave and make it happen. The stagnation must come to an end. And I think it's possible because that 10 shows that. So I do think it's, and you've got this, which we'll get into in just a moment. I'll let him talk about
I
the
don't know
Hermit.
why you didn't get a notification. We're sorry.
Oh. So at any rate,
So I think that the Hermit reverse possibly represents a status quo change, and that with something ending, maybe you may really switch gears. Maybe it'll be very dramatic, like a real shift away. Maybe it won't be very dramatic. Could it be, for some reason, I'm feeling like maybe even though things are not necessarily as comfortable as you want, or don't feel like you're really in charge, like you don't feel you're in the driver's seat of some of these changes, the chariot reverse, but it may be an opportunity that you feel you should take. And I'm thinking it's something like maybe steady employment or steady something that you want to take. Maybe it's a steady boyfriend. I don't know, but it's something that maybe is a status quo shift that you feel would be more suitable to some degree.
that's so weird. All I can say is if this seems to being a problem for you, you need to maybe put a reminder on your phone that it's at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It is very rare. It may happen, but it's very rare that we have had to cancel or move our Sunday show. So it's always it's for the most part, always at the same time. Unlike happy hour, which we have to switch from time to time.
Yeah, we don't really switch these shows, so um,
Why that's happening to you. It's nothing on our
we're
end.
sorry. Yeah,
We
I don't
always
think
put
it's
the
us.
notification out 15 minutes before the show, pretty much. And so it goes out there. And I don't know what's happening.
The only thing I understand is that once I send the signal and it's out there, you should get the notifications. And like she said, that's either 15 to 10 minutes before. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a long show and we're closing in a few minutes. So anyway,
So did you talk?
I did.
Okay, so the Lenormand is the ace in the hole here for you, Violet Ann. You have luck on your side. You have luck on your side, but of course you've got to be open and not oblivious to it. You may feel that circumstances beyond your control have been at play here, but you have more going for you than you realize here. There may be synchronistic moments or opportunities that may present themselves to you, but you got to be ready for them. You know, the clover seems to do its work kind of like the wheel of fortune. It's going to happen when it happens, and luck is on your side. So you got to use it. And I think as the months go on, you're going to start to feel that. You're going to start to feel that sometimes we can't try to control our destiny here. Sometimes fate is what's playing the role, and we have to ride the wheel when it comes. And I'm using that analogy here because really the clover is very much like the wheel here. So luck is going to be on your side in the months ahead. Use it to try to turn this blockage, this energy around.
Violet Ann, I hinted that the Hermit reverse could be a status quo change, possibly even indicating something more steady employment wise or somewhere in the mundane world. And I think that the book and the clover seem to indicate that through these next 3 months, you're going to find out something lucky that you can focus your attentions away from the other and it'll make a difference in your life. There may be a big adjustment
I
to going into a different status quo.
didn't want to interrupt you. I think chance meetings, if you're looking for love, could occur, or there could be opportunities for that. I think as far as career goes, opportunities might pop up, and you're just going to have to be very, very in tune, very, very aware of, what's going on around you, keeping yourself open. This hermit also can be about just getting yourself out there. Keep getting yourself out there. And it could be a chance opportunity could come your way to turn things around. So look for things to happen that maybe you can't control. They're just going to pop up when they pop up. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck, Violet.
Interesting reading. Good luck.
All right, we're on Marita or
Yep.
and then Sonora. That's right. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, see, it's just not something on our end. We wish it was and we could fix it. But, well, I've talked to my son about this stuff and he believes it's YouTube as well. So it could be that, or it could be settings on phones, computers that's causing this to happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure that the settings are different between phones and computers, but whatever device, it's probably something like that.
I lost my mouse. Oh, there it is. I got it back. Okay, Marita is up.
In the past, people have had problems with our notifications. Well, people in the past hinted to us that there was some mysterious country that was
Oh, God.
limiting who our broadcast could reach, and we thought about it for a while, but then we stopped thinking about it.
That's a conspiracy, but you know what? I do believe that there could be people out in social media land that may not like people's content and stuff like that. I mean, people, the powers that be out there that could mess with people. I can't rule that out. But it is beyond our control, whatever it is. I have no idea what's going on.
All right, Marita wanted an October reading, so we're going to do that again. Reading for October. See if we can get an idea of what's going on out there for you.
And to be honest with you, Ari, it might be a blessing in disguise not being read for today because our cards They haven't been totally kind. They haven't been bad for some things, but it's kind of been a not so kind day most of the time. Hey, you're welcome, Violet Ann. Good luck, good luck. The pumpkin, the clover promises good luck.
All right. What's up for Marita for October? And the first card is the Three of Cups reversed. The second card is the upright Wheel of Fortune. I'm using the Neon Tarot, one of the two Neon Tarots. And the third cup is the reversed Five of Cups. So it looks like it doesn't start off great, but then the next two cards are actually not so bad. What do you got? Is the Raven the snake?
No, the number's too high, and I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's the dog. I think it's the dog.
Wasn't there a scary cat?
I don't know. How did I end up with your pumpkin cards? Did you hand them to me or have them here?
They were
Because I
always
grabbed
there.
them. I wasn't even supposed to use them. And the broom. So, I don't know.
How did I end up always being blamed for whatever you do?
Please stop that. Because it is your fault.
Jackie, help me. Help me, Jackie. All right, Marita, October. Well, like I said,
It's the stork. It's the
makes
stork. Because I said that can't be
so
the dog.
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So Three of Cups reversed. I don't know. It sounds like maybe you go to a bad party or you go to a situation where people don't make you feel appreciated, or you are in a situation like that. A lot of times this card can talk about events or gatherings, but in a generalized way, it could possibly be about other venues like a workplace or where other people get together, students, things like that. So it feels like you're just going to feel at some point in October, I don't know when, maybe earlier, that you're either not appreciated or you're feeling like, there's something tension or argumentative going on between you and people that normally wouldn't.
You feel unsupported by the people around you right now. And maybe family, friends are in the workplace environment. You just feel like you're lacking support, or there could be some disagreements or squabbling going on right now. So, or in the month, in the month ahead. I'm sorry, because this is about October. So it just seems like there's some unhappiness in your interactions with others.
But the Wheel of Fortune is upright.
Which is great because I think what that means is luck is on your side definitely in the month of October. Whatever's happening here may have nothing to do with this. This is saying that luck is on your side. If you're trying to find work, if you're trying to find a relationship, if you're trying to, whatever it is you want in October, there's a potential here for something fortuitous to happen and bring you something you desire. Just some lucky occurrences that you're going to feel really good about.
Well, I think that the Wheel of Fortune might have more to do with the Five of Cups reversed, that maybe you're lucky.
One there, but
You're lucky because people from your past come back to say hello or something of that sort. I mean, that could be a separate thing too. Maybe, you're having some lucky spouts there, but the Five of Cups is talking about the idea when it's reversed that maybe situations that you felt were over are not so over, or emotional feelings between some people maybe healing or feeling better. People may be checking up on you. Maybe you might be checking up on others.
Well, I'm going to read this two ways, and I think Mr. O will like what I'm doing with one of those ways. First off, this means that some opportunities may come your way. Maybe I'm going to use this with each card because maybe that's due to the Wheel of Fortune bringing luck on your side. I really feel this card is about an opportunity. It could be about work, it could be about finances, uh, along those lines. But remember what I said in the beginning? There could be arguments, there could be squabbles, there could be people not getting along or supporting you. I feel like things go back to normal by the end of October because he talked about somebody returning into your life, which I like that, but I think it's a return to the way things were before. That's what I think is going on here. That whatever this is goes full circle by the end of October and it's no longer a problem anymore.
I like that.
Bam!
Bam, indeed. So that
I
leaves
knew
us.
you'd like that.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, so I'll let that stand. So then the Lenormand suggests the broom, the witch's broom, and the raven, the stork, suggests a new beginning that may happen quickly out of this.
That opportunity I was talking about, that's probably what's happening here. This may happen more early to mid October because the broom is talking about swift movement here into something new. So if you're still looking for work and you've thrown some resumes out there, I wouldn't be surprised if you're getting a call back from someone or some new opportunity to do something is coming into your life, whether it's business or personal.
Because there's cups there, two cups, it is possible that it has more to do with interactions with people, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind too.
That's what we have for you. Good
All
luck
right,
with that.
Marita. And we're on Sonali. And that's our final reading. Stole my mouse.
All right. All right. It's going to be my deck, right? Let's use the dancing in the dark.
That was my deck, so it should be yours then.
Oh, did Sonali
You
leave
keep
it?
stealing my mouse. Quit that. Oh my God, what are you doing to me?
Can I ask what's coming in my love life? Single.
Thank you.
I just found it.
Well, I couldn't because I kept scrolling and then something would pull my mouse away.
Huh. Well, I was scrolling. That's all I was doing.
I don't know what you were doing, but you
See, now
were
he's
messing with my
blaming me
mouse.
for everything. It's just your computer, dear.
Stop messing with my mouse.
Okay, so what's coming in love life?
You're welcome, Marita.
Very welcome, Marita. Good luck with that.
And I just want to say we really appreciate the folks that maybe have a reading earlier in the show, but stick around, throw us some comments,
Yeah.
stick around to say goodbye to us, Jackie, Kara, others,
Gina,
Angel. We
Angel.
really appreciate that.
All right, well, we have the High Priestess reversed. Oh. We have the Knight of Swords upright. No, Page. Page of Swords.
Yes, Paige.
Sorry, that's right. I knew that. Uh, And we have the Seven of Pentacles upright. Not very lovey-dovey cards, but there's something that can be said here. I want to see Mr. O's Lenormand. Oh, whoa.
There's that stork again. And the blood moon, which is the moon, which can be an indicator towards emotional romantic situations.
Do you want to go first?
Can you repeat the question?
I was trying to look for it again. Hold on. I don't know where it is. Okay, I have to go further, I guess. Guys, my mouse is acting really funny too.
Well, it's because we're both scrolling trying to find it.
Well, then I should stop if you're going to continue to do that.
Well,
Yeah, I can't go any further again, so.
take too long though. I see one thing she wrote, but it was just a icon or something.
Well, it was there because I read it.
And you couldn't remember it for nothing.
Okay, Can I ask what's coming in my love life? Single. I just wanted to get the time frame if it was like in October, end of the year.
I see.
So it's a general. So with the love life and what's coming. I think you may not realize what's that something might be coming. And it may not be very clear to you now, but maybe somebody is moving towards you. I think it will come through conversing with somebody, maybe at a party, a gathering, a festival, whatever the case may be. It will come through dialogue with somebody you meet, and I think you really kind of either them or you are trying to decide if they should pursue this, if they should grow something out of this, if something is going to come out of this.
I like this.
I feel that it might. There seems to be a romantic vibe going on here, a new beginning starting. I can't give you a time frame on this. Pentacles, they're kind of slow, but swords aren't. So it's hard for me to say. I don't know if it's going to happen in October, but I have a feeling somebody's going to come into your life.
Yeah, I don't know about October so much, but I do feel like maybe you will be surprised or you won't realize that there was interest. That's the High Priestess reverse, something that just wasn't really in your mind at all in some ways. This person, it's possible that maybe they represent as younger than you, slightly younger, or that they feel younger. But there's also something very polite and mannerly about them. They're inquisitive in all the right ways. And maybe the Seven of Pentacles sort of says, you want to sort of invest some time with them and not necessarily move quickly or with an idea that there is an actual objective that we can kind of let it, stew a little bit or just be friends for a while. In other words, friend zone prior to something more serious dating.
That's kind of nice too. I like that thought that maybe the Seven of Pentacles is here because you need to let this develop in time. You need to exhibit some patience and let this develop in time. So I don't know if you've been conversing with anybody at all, Sinelli, where, this could develop into something more now, or, in the future. I mean, but that you're talking to them now, or if this person's going to come into your life. And I will say that they may be your age or a little bit younger or just lacking a little bit of the maturity you have, but they're not lacking in the smarts here. And they're a very good, fair-minded person. It sounds like a really nice person to meet. They could be more intellectual. They are a sword card, which means they could be an air sign.
They're clever and, like I said, they're mannerly. They're somebody that knows boundaries or is willing to work with boundaries expressed to them.
So the high priest is just saying is maybe your intuition isn't telling you, or maybe you're not feeling that romantic vibe right away, but it's there. And I think the high priestess is saying you may not see it clearly right away, but in time you will.
So maybe in October things start off as a friend zone thing, but with the idea that, like, okay, this could go somewhere, and then from there on after October maybe things proceed.
Because the moon is about romance and success in romance, and
Right.
the raven is about new beginnings. And so something is going to get off the ground here.
You'll have to
Uh,
let us know.
you'll have to keep us posted. I hope this is right for you. I wish you the best of luck
Good
with
luck,
that.
Sonali.
Good luck with that. Well, that was a nice way to end the show. Yay!
Yeah. And we want to end quickly because we absolutely have things we need to do, but we want to thank everybody for spending some time with us. Don't forget to watch our upcoming episodes of
Why don't you go ahead?
WTF with TFT.
Yes.
And also a new round of Goth Tarot Shadow Work with Banshee guest starring on my show this Wednesday. So check that out as well.
I'm on his show this week. I'm everywhere this week. No, but definitely watch the WTF. I just want to thank everybody for being here and appreciate it. And sorry if we got off to a little bit of a rough start. I was a little bit shaky. I don't like to hear stories about, and I'm having so many mixed emotions about what's going on with all the violence in this country right now.
Keep the
So,
world in your thoughts,
think
for peace.
peaceful thoughts, everybody, and try to be kind to each other. It's, there's a lot of things that are pushing our buttons today and these days, and we got to keep our wits about us, absolutely. But don't back down from standing up for your rights and what you believe in. All right, with that, I want to close the show and say thanks again. Take care. Have a great rest of your day and evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.
Bye.